You're watching On Air podcast right here. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. I might be going to Australia soon, and I was just thinking about it, like how there's always obviously I was talking to a couple of friends there, and obviously I want to meet a lot of, the whole reason of me traveling now in the coming years is going to be about catching up with the Nepali diaspora and just trying to understand. And I'm going for an event, and I was just thinking, I was thinking I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going for very short, limited period of time because I have to come back and I have a podcast planned and I have a lot of guests coming in. And I was thinking that I'll go a day before, and I'll just write that, hey, I'm sitting in this coffee shop. Come on over. If I'll buy you a coffee if needed, and I'll sit and listen to you. So I'm going to do that in a couple of days, and I don't even know. I've never been to Australia. I'll put up a coffee shop in Sydney and Melbourne. I'm going to these two places for 3-4 days, and I'm just I'll be in this so-and-so place, and let's catch up, coffee, whoever comes, whoever shows up.
It's beautiful.
I'll just listen to you. It's not a meet and greet or nothing like that. It's not a fancy, nothing. Just a coffee shop, just show up. Even if one person shows up, I'll be more than happy, So I'm just come over, we'll just sit, and I want to listen to you. What are you going through, So I'll definitely be traveling across the world in the coming years, and I just want to sit and listen to what they have to, what's going on in their mind, Not just young, old, uncles, aunties, anybody who wants to sit down and have a cup of coffee anywhere in the world. If I'm there, I'd love to do that, and then come back and talk about it here.
Can I tell you a few stories? There's
Please.
a guy
Of course.
in San Francisco, and he's an Uber driver. He's a Nepali, and he's an Uber driver. And once a month, he takes all of his profits from driving that Uber, and he donates them to me and to our kids and to BlinkNow and to our students. And he's been doing this for a long time. You don't make a lot of money as an Uber driver. He's probably, San Francisco's, it's really hard to make it in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And I think about him all the time. And now he's done it for so long that I know people have been in his Uber and say, I found you through this Uber driver, and he was telling me about you. And he was telling me about BlinkNow. There was another girl, and her company was doing a fit competition, get everybody fit. And it was a Fitbit, so you had to get a certain amount of steps every day. And she was Nepali. She's like, I'm going to win this thing. She got up every morning at 4 a.m. got her steps in every day. She was just it was in Palo Alto. Everybody's down here. This Nepali gal's hundreds of thousands of steps. And at the end of the competition, she won $20,000 and sent it over to our work. I see a lot of Nepalis, they get their first job, their first paycheck, and they take that paycheck and they hand it right over. And I've seen the generosity and the care, and it matters. It matters. And everything that we do matters. Sharing, listening to each other, creating space, giving back. That uniform that my child puts on that was loomed by the Women's Center was given by someone, right? It was every single building that was built, every single meal that's been served, every single kid in college, every single first pair of soccer cleats that a kid got, every art in an art class. It's been because of radical generosity and believing and trust that we can do better. So I believe in it. I believe in us being there for each other. And I've seen the good of these people in Australia, especially. New York and everywhere, and Dubai, our migrants in Malaysia. I know. It's a weird time, isn't it?
It is. Maggie, I never imagined to sit in this table. Never did. I never imagined myself leaving the country either. So I'm not that educated. So to even leave this country, you need to get some kind of education. I'm not even that. I got kids working with me in this team who are like so qualified. Sometimes I listen to them. He's a goddamn engineer, almost. So, I feel lucky that I have surrounded myself with a solid team. And like you said, that's the most important thing. And a lot of friends ask me why this podcast has worked. Even yesterday, a lot of influential people were like, a lot of friends want to come here, and I can't invite everybody. I have limited time, and I can't invite negativity. I just can't. At least even with negative people, like I try to see the best in them. Some people have asked me, why did you invite so and so person? Like that person was so negative. Like that person killed thousands of people. I'm just like, well, there might be some light in that person. There's something there, some kind of spark was there. Something was there. That's why I invited, and I wanted to find that good in that person. And when a lot of people come, even if they're like super negative, like some good comes out of it. Some kind of perspective comes out of it, and I don't have to agree with everybody. I can only invite agreeable people, and it's argument at the end of the day sometimes, And I never expected to do all these things, and now, especially the love that we've received from the diaspora. Especially, and within, the podcast is right there.
Hey.
The podcast.
That's why I keep looking at that. It's beautiful.
So that's the podcast. The moment I gave this was one of the first things I gave to be built. Like it's very important to me, right? I wanted a Nepal map behind me, and so that my guests could see it. What they're talking about and what they're talking for is that. So all across, friends listen to it from all across the world now, and we're very thankful. We started with like 0, right? We started with 30 subscribers, whatever it is, and till today I don't even know how many subscribers we have because I stopped counting. I do it for that one person who's listening at the moment, like that Uber driver that you're talking about. Probably he's listening right now,
On his Uber.
Probably he's driving his Uber somewhere in, let's say, he's somewhere in Alameda or somewhere, and then he's listening to this, and he's like, we don't need to know his name. He knows that already. We're thankful for what he or she is doing, And I'm thankful to that person who is listening to this podcast till now. God knows how long we've sat down. And I kind of want to go and meet that one person and at least listen to that person, over a cup of coffee. I don't know how much time I could give to that person or to all these people, but at least their stories, and come back and then relay it. तपाईले हाम्रो क्लिप एकदमै एन्जोय गर्नुभयो होला. अब पुरै भिडियो हेर्नको लागि चाहिँ युट्युबमा सब्स्क्राइब गर्न नबिर्सिनु होला. This program is brought to you by Vyas Studios.